Hey Drinking Buddies, thanks for joining me again today. I'm going to offer you some Sun Salutation C modifications. So if you have a bad back or bad wrists or very long legs, this might be helpful to you before you proceed to the 5 rounds of Sun Salutation C video. If you're wanting to flow through with me and you feel like you don't need the modifications, you can go ahead and head on over to the 5 rounds of Sun Salutation C video, and that might better meet your needs. So Sun Salutation C is characterized by flowing through to downward facing dog, taking a warrior series on one side, flowing through to downward facing dog, flowing through to a warrior series on your other side, and flowing through to downward facing dog again. So each Sun Salutation C contains 3 of Sun Salutation A. So it's pretty intense as far as a full body workout is concerned. So if you need the modifications, here we go. You come up to the top of your mat. You want a lot of material out behind you because we'll be stepping our weight back this way. So we start with the Sun Salutation A. Find your mountain pose, inhale the arms up overhead or around front if that is better for your shoulders. Exhale, swan dive into your forward fold. Really let the back of the neck relax or drop all your weight forward without putting the weight into your heels. You want it right dead center or forward in the ball of the foot. Inhale to a tabletop spine, and that means you can also come to your knees as well. Again, we just don't want you to rock back onto your heels in so doing. So we just want a nice long straight spine. Bend the knees as much as you need to get your hands down to the floor. Then you can step or hop yourself out into a plank or a modified plank. You might need to have your knuckles curled under, you might need to have your toes on the floor. You might even need to be in a forearm plank, and all of the above is acceptable. Once you get to plank, you take the chaturanga, you pull the elbows straight back and squeeze in so that you hover just above the floor. Inhale the chest forward. So you might find that this doesn't work for your low back. If that's true, set your belly down and you can take a cobra or a sphinx pose instead. If you can, pull up and back with your belly button and find your way to downward facing dog, or dolphin is a good option if you feel like that is better for your wrists. Now here's the change from Sun Salutation A. You'll kick your right foot up and you'll swing it through the palms of your hands. Now if you've got really long legs, your foot might end up way back here, and you have 2 options. You can either just scoot it forward, or you can go from down dog, bring your feet together, roll your spine up, and then step back into warrior 1. So we've stepped your right foot forward. Now, if you don't have any problems with your sacrum, you can set the arch side of your foot to the floor so that the left toes point at the left side of the mat. If you do have problems with the sacrum, you can stay on the ball of your foot. It's more challenging and not as stable, but it will feel better on the spine. So you'll push into the heel of your right foot, pull up and back with your belly button, bringing the shoulders over the hips. Now we want your knee right over the ankle. It can't be back here, and it can't be up here. And it also can't be over the big toe. It's got to be over the pinky toe, like someone's pulling a string on the outside of your knee. You can adjust the challenge with your back foot. If you need a little less today, bring your foot closer in. If you want a lot more, you can bring your thigh parallel to the floor by taking your left foot behind you. Your knee just can't deviate from being above the ankle. So now the shoulders are forward and the knee is over the pinky toe. We come out into warrior 2, and the knee likes to try to come with you. So again, make sure it's pointing over the pinky toe. And you sort of squeeze your shoulder blades together, and it should feel like you're trying to pull your your heels together. So you should feel your inner thighs engage. Then we'll inhale, we'll take side angle pose. So maybe it's right elbow to right knee, that's sort of the mama bear. For baby bear, it might be the right palm to the knee. And for papa bear, you might be able to travel your hand in front of the arch. There's even weight in both feet so that you aren't putting too much body weight on your front knee. From here, we take reverse warrior. So maybe the left hand to the back of the left knee and the right arm up overhead. And notice that your knee doesn't straighten or come away from being above the ankle. From here, we're going to cartwheel the hands down either side of this right foot, and we'll step back to your plank or your modified plank. Chaturanga, you can skip the chaturanga if you really feel like that's not going to work, or if you have a history of tennis elbow. Inhale for upward facing dog or cobra. Pull up and back with your belly button to downward facing dog. And another alternative there is to go from upward facing dog to all fours, then to downward facing dog. So however you want to get there is fine. Now we'll take this on the left. We'll kick your left leg up. However you come into warrior one is up to you. If you need to come to standing and then step back into warrior one, that's just fine. So here, you'll turn out to the long side of the mat for warrior two. Really squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale for your side angle pose, making sure that you're pushing into your back foot. Exhale for your reverse warrior, the right hand to the back of the right knee and the left fingertips skyward. Cartwheel the hands down again, and we'll flow through to downward facing dog. So plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Walk, step, or hop the feet back between the hands. Roll the spine to standing one by one. The head is the last thing to stack back on top. Because there are 3 Sun Salutation A's within each Sun Salutation C, you might find that the plank to chaturanga is getting to be a bit much for you. You can always just skip that part. Just go straight from forward fold to downward facing dog, warrior series on the right. Find your down dog, warrior series on the left. Find your down dog, and that's plenty. So I hope this was helpful to you. Let me know over at the Champagne and Chakras Facebook page if you need any further modifications. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Rock out with your core count.